Rubin Carter was born in Clifton, New Jersey. Throughout his life, he had been in trouble with the law, acquiring a criminal record from as young as 11 after having stabbed a man in self-defense. In 1954, Carter joined the Army, but was discharged just 2 years later for being unfit for service. Soon after his discharge, he was convicted for 2 muggings and was sent to prison once more. On the surface, it's easy to label Rubin Carter as an outlier, a rebellious spirit who had a problem with authority in his early life. But during this time in prison, things were different. He would learn to channel his aggression inwards instead of outwards. Behind bars and within the confines of a cell, a man is left only with himself and his own mind. Prison is often the conceptual crossroads for an individual's journey through life. He can either squander his energy in anger, leaving his soul to wither away, or he can choose to feed off the anger and hatred, fueling his drive to channel strength from his mind and body. This is what Rubin Carter did. After his release in September 1961, Carter entered the world of professional boxing. His career was shorter than the average middleweight, but his ferocity, aggressive fighting style, and sheer power drew attention from crowds and experts alike. No doubt, the fighting spirit that he had fostered behind bars contributed heavily to his strength in the ring. The Ring listed him as one of the top 10 middleweight contenders in July 1963. He beat future world champion Emil Griffith, and that win helped elevate his position as a professional boxer. Unfortunately, things would soon take a turn for the worse. In 1966, Rubin "Hurricane" Carter and his friend John Artis were arrested for a triple homicide at the Lafayette Bar and Grill in Paterson, New Jersey. There was insufficient evidence, and police did not take fingerprints at the crime scene. Despite this, both Carter and Artis were tried for the murders in 1967 and 1976. Both of them were convicted, and Rubin was incarcerated yet again. This time, however, he would have to endure 20 long years behind bars. The odds were against him. The complications and inconsistencies surrounding his legal case are well documented. Rubin's hatred for the justice system gradually grew until he eventually hated everything. Where many would have given up and given in to their fate at this point, the Hurricane made an active decision to not die on his knees, imprisoned for a crime he claimed he didn't commit. Rubin fostered his physical, emotional, and mental energy yet again, this time channeling it into his own court case. His warrior-scholar mentality had not left his spirit, and while he grew older behind the familiar bars that beckoned to him his entire life, his perseverance and spirit never dimmed. He studied law, read books, kept fit, and fought tooth and nail every step of the way. He even wrote an entire book around his life story while in prison, which was eventually published and gained much attention. Great figures including Muhammad Ali and Bob Dylan were even involved as supporters backing Rubin's release. After Rubin had exhausted all other forms of appeal, he applied for a habeas corpus, the last form of appeal and a way for him to protest that his imprisonment was not lawful. Finally, the judge told Rubin in court that he would be set free. The Hurricanes battle had finally come to an end. There are many things that can be said about Rubin Carter. You could say that he began life recklessly, in a state of chaotic disarray. You could say his uncontrolled aggression and disagreeable personality landed him in challenging situations. You could also say that through solitude and adversity, he managed to rise above and control his aggression, turning inwards for a more productive mindset, using it to his advantage. He developed focus, discipline, and strength to find success in his career, and he used that same strength to persevere through 2 decades of confinement. What does that say about the human spirit?